We all have those concerns about what people think about us, about whether or not people think that we are too full of ourselves or not full of ourselves enough or somewhere in between. But the reality is we're living in a compare and despair society. We compare ourselves to the view we have of others rather than the reality that they're living. And that's because we're all so scared of sharing that our lives might not be as perfect, they might not be as glossy, but they are ours and they are real. And as a good friend of mine said, we grow through our pain. It's what we learn, and it's how we give back to the world that makes the real difference. Hi. I was talking this week with some colleagues about what for me makes a great leader. And each of us have got a different opinion. Each of us have got our own view of what makes leaders great. But for me, there were a few simple traits of the people that have inspired me the most, the people that I would love to be like, that I would love to learn to be as skilled. The first is that they are absolutely authentic. They are completely themselves and they bring their whole self to every situation. They allow their vulnerability to be seen so that you can understand their humanity. And in doing so, they allow you to share some of your own vulnerability, to share some of your own challenges and areas where you want to develop. They also have real clarity of direction, not in necessarily how we're going to get there, but in where we're going. And then they have the confidence to enable the rest of the team to help shape the how. They listen. They genuinely want to hear your story. They want to understand how you've got where you've got, what's important to you, what you bring. And they create a legacy. We all have that leader that pushed us to do more, the one that made us believe that we could achieve something greater than we thought possible. And that's their legacy. That's the memory they create when you think back to that leader and you think about how they made you feel and the impact that they had. And if you knew that you could be that leader for somebody else, if you knew you could make that difference and leave that legacy, what would you do differently?